What world are we living in that Conor McGregor coming back at UFC 303 against Michael Chandler, being confirmed, not just confirmed, no. And the only reason that I'm making a video about this now, okay, is because it was not just confirmed by Conor McGregor. I'm sorry. At this point, whenever Conor McGregor says anything, I'm always like, okay, which Conor are we talking to here? But it wasn't just Conor who confirmed the date. It was Michael Chandler who could also confirm the date, but he also said something about the weight was changed, which did turn out to be true before the announcement. Keep in mind, this was a day before the post-fight press conference of UFC 300. And then Dana White comes out with a mysterious little piece of paper at the post-fight 300 press conference and says, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler at UFC 303 has been made official at 170 pounds. Brother, listen. Understand this. I am aware. I'm moving this microphone. I am aware that Conor McGregor is probably never going to win a belt ever. I say no. He's not going to win a belt ever. He might get the chance to fight for a title one more time in his career, because if you think Bo Nickel has Dana White privilege, allow me to show you where Dana White privilege started. Or, made it mainstream. But I just thought it was crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm aware that there was a few other content creators that made a video about it. But this is what I mean by that. When the UFC Instagram page posted that it was official, that had less likes than Max Holloway's interview that he did after UFC 300. Because at this point, we're just desensitized. And listen, I'll talk about the Chandler fight with the Conor McGregor and how I feel about that fight now, because my opinion has changed a little bit. But I just want to talk about that announcement, because there was a few other announcements and something that people just aren't realizing, and that is June is stacked. Dude, I'm not even kidding you. Let me tell you how crazy June is right now. To kick off June, on June 1st, UFC 302 at Newark, New Jersey, UFC 302 is going to be headlined by Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. I know some people are talking about Dustin Poirier, undeserved title shot. I don't care. Because you want to know what the other option was? We're going to force Arman Tsarukyan to fight on kind of a, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of a shitty schedule to go from UFC 300 to UFC 302. Or we wait until Abu Dhabi for Islam Makhachev to fight Arman Tsarukyan. Those are your options here. I have been a critic of Islam Makhachev because I know these Dagestani fighters don't like fighting past 35. So I want him to get as many title defenses as he possibly can. That's one thing that I am very critical on Khabib of, and the reason that I think Khabib is vastly overrated in our MMA, hive mind, because 3 title defenses. You can't be a GOAT with 3 title defenses. You can't. You can't. So I want Islam Makhachev to succeed where Khabib faltered. Oh well, you're fighting Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier beat Benoit Saint-Denis. Listen, he's coming off a win. I get it. Rip Justin Gaethje, because Gaethje was next for the title. Even Ali Abdelaziz says Justin Gaethje versus Islam Makhachev was one of the final forerunners for a title shot, but Justin Gaethje took a fight with Max Holloway, lost, womp womp. Max Holloway is kind of in a weird spot. But Dustin Poirier versus Islam Makhachev at UFC 302 is confirmed for June 1st. That's the start of the month. Do you know what comes after that? UFC Saudi Arabia, being headlined by a 5-round fight night main event, Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker. Dude, listen, as a person who covers the sport, just those 2 events, in close proximity of each other, is already amazing. But then to end the month, and keep in mind, for UFC 303, we have some rumored fights. I'm gonna get a little bit conspiratorial here, because Conor McGregor fighting on UFC 303 has been something that has been rumored, not just by Conor on that weird New Year's video that he did, but there's a few other fighters that have been trying to get on UFC 303 that, if I had to pick a UFC fighter that has insider knowledge, it would be him. But Conor McGregor to end the month of July with UFC 303 against Michael Chandler. Listen, I'll be real with you. The fight has gotten less interesting to me because I like Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler has been little broed the entirety of this build-up. he put out a tweet when Conor McGregor says, we're going to be fighting at the date that I said, and Chandler responded, but we're going to fight at the weight that I said. You will do as you're told. Chandler, respectfully, let's not pretend like you were an equal partner in this promotion. You were advocating for a payday. You're getting paid. You're getting a red panty night. You're getting paid $5 million bare minimum to take this fight. But let's not pretend like we couldn't replace you with literally anybody. This isn't at 155. I guarantee the UFC's kind of pissed about that, because the whole reason that you're ranked, Michael Chandler, is one, you're a company man, and two, they wanted Conor to beat you so they could make a title shot. And listen, if they could, I'm telling you this right now, for any reason Michael Chandler can't make it, I'm calling it right now, Charles Oliveira is on call. I guarantee you. Let's be real here, Michael Chandler. Let's pump the brakes here. The fight promotion's already dead. Just let Michael Chandler use you as a verbal punching bag for the press conference, and hey, you get paid $5 million. But another fight that could be on this card is Colby Covington versus Ian Gary. Colby Covington has been advocating to be on UFC 303. Like, understand, he's been talking about maybe fighting Savkai. He's been talking about maybe fighting Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Ian Gary was another fight that was floating around for a little bit, and even I made videos about that possibly happening. But no matter which opponent he's named, the venue and the time stays the same. He wants UFC 303 because that is when the Conor McGregor return was rumored, before it was confirmed. So we could see a Colby Covington, Ian Gary at the same press conference as a Conor McGregor and a Michael Chandler. Dude, a Colby Covington and Conor McGregor press conference would go hard. Like, we're already going to be seeing a Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa, okay? Strickland and Paulo Costa are going to be the co-main of UFC 302 in Newark to Islam Makhachev and Dustin Poirier's main event. June is absolutely stacked right now, and as a combat sports fan, I just think it's absolutely crazy that somebody hasn't already made a video talking about how crazy June is going to be for us. And keep in mind, this is coming off the cusp of us kind of scrambling to find a fight. Like, listen, I want to make a whole video of me speculating every single numbered card of the year, who I think is going to be the main event, because I think that'd be a fun one to do and see how many I can get right. But let me tell you, there's a few that I'm pretty confident of. Let me tell you. UFC 301, if they can, they'll do Alex Pereira as the main event. It's just a matter if they can find somebody to fight him. But you'll get your Pantoja. Pantoja was not meant to be the main event. Urseg was not meant to fight him. They were going to do Muhammad Makhachev, but Muhammad Makhachev got booed at the Apex. So, boo-hoo. So yeah, that's going to be the main event. UFC 302, I already said before it was made official, but to be fair, it wasn't like a crazy guess. It wasn't like a crazy prediction. I'm not going to give myself that. It was actually pretty easy to figure out Dustin Poirier is going to be fighting Islam Makhachev because they both agreed to it. Like a week before this was made official, Ali Abdelaziz agreed, Islam Makhachev agreed, and Dustin Poirier all agreed. And even Strickland agreed to fight Costa. He just wanted to get paid a little bit more, and Costa already was given a contract. So I figured that was going to happen on that card. UFC 302, Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. UFC 303, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler. 304 is a weird one because nobody's been asking to be on the 304 card. UFC 305 is going to be Mexican Independence Day at the Sphere. That's going to be O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. And yes, they are going to stack the shit out of that card. As far as, no, it's my bad. 305 is going to be the Perth, Australia card. That's going to be Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. 306 is going to be the O'Malley versus Merab card. Sorry, I flip-flopped that there. That is what you have to look forward to. And then I know Islam Makhachev wants to do one more fight this year in November, and you could do Islam versus... Honestly, I don't even know at this point. But, yeah. What is your favorite fight announcement that came out of the post-UFC 300 press conference? Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier or Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler? Strickland versus Costa was also confirmed to be the co-main event there. And who do you think should be the co-main to Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler? Leave it in the comment section down below. And what is your favorite event going on in June? Thank you, everybody, for watching. I just wanted to make a quick video. And I'll see you all next time. Adios, guys.